Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Tuesday, December 7th. A little weakness in the market last couple of days. Doesn't really matter because our plays are just on fire. It has been a monster December for us so far. Multiple big winners. We'll jump into those later. Let's look at the overall indice charts and then we'll revisit the stock plays. We're looking at the Dow daily chart. Actually, no, we're looking at the 15-minute chart. I'm sorry. As you can see, since that golden cross, nice big fat move. We touched that 11,451 level, and for some reason, whenever the indices or a stock gets to a previous high, you have traders get very scared, start calling tops, etc., etc. Today was no different. Low volume day in the market, but you have a lot of the shorts and bears who've essentially been raped over the last few days, coming out, calling tops, going all cash, going short, etc., etc. Doom and gloomers coming out of the woodwork. I believe we had a top caller on CNBC. You know, whenever they've got top callers on CNBC, that's when you start getting happy because when they start having the guys coming on calling for Dow 12K, etc., that's when you get worried. Right now on the 15-minute chart, we've got support just below at the 11,325 area. We're getting a little oversold, at least on the 15-minute chart, and usually when we get stochastics down here, we have some sort of bounce back. The real weakness came late in the day after the tax cuts essentially were made a reality. We had President Obama on trying to defend himself from the Democrats who are bashing him for bowing to the GOP tax cuts. But actually, you know, the tax cuts that we got today are pretty bullish for the economy, at least in the near term. We had, I believe, a drop in the Social Security tax that employers have to pay for the next year. There's also a fat little capital write off tax break in there as well. So, very positive for jobs going forward. Little bit of a hangover, sell the news reaction, not really a surprise. And we also had the US dollar pop, which is really all that matters. And we'll actually jump to that right now. Bounce back on the US dollar today off the 20-day exponential, off the 50 level on RSI, and we've got stochastics at the 50 level as well. So probably just, you know, we're down a little bit over the last couple of days, so a little bit of a bounce in the dollar is to be expected. Part of that hangover may have been the Irish vote today, although, you know, the Irish have at least passed part of that budget process. So the ones who are jumping into the dollar and looking to spread rumors on the euro at least lost one of their excuses here today. Although, don't be surprised to see them try and bring up some other BS tomorrow, like Spain or Portugal. Irregardless, though, at least the Irish vote today proceeding as expected. So, could see the dollar again reverse course tomorrow unless they come up with some more excuses. Daily chart, you can see we've been consolidating over the last couple of days. Not really a surprise given, you know, we're up 500 points over the last 4 or 5 trading sessions. And if you note today, volume very, very low. And those calling it tops don't happen on low volume. Tops happen on mega crazy volume. So, you know, we're having a little bit of a pause here. Could we have a pullback? Sure, of course we could. Doesn't mean the market's going to roll over. We've got lots of stocks breaking out. Right now, they're taking some of the steam out of the high rollers. Fantastic. We need it. That money can roll downhill into the small caps, which is all we really care about right now. SMH treaded water for most of the day. Again, we still are in a very nice uptrend. SMH could drop $1 here and we would still be fine and dandy. But let's jump into stock plays. BGP, monster winner. What almost actually was 50% gainer in a couple of days. Can't ask for more than that. CBRX, this was the biotech stock that we got into a week ago. $1.35 on positive trial data coming out. Came out positive. Stock traded over $2. 50% gainer in what? Less than a week. Boom, boom, boom. WEST West, nice little bounce on this one. As I mentioned in the alert, this has a habit of popping into the middle of December. Little retrace today on low volume. Next target, 50-day moving average at 50 cents. And positive MACD cross today. So really the weakness, just some traders booking some gains on this one. A lot of these plays have been moving up over multiple days, so a little retrace on low volume is nothing to be scared about, and we can add to our positions on dips. NEI started showing some very nice action today. We got as high as a buck 66. Then we had a little profit taking coming in. Volume has yet to hit that magic level. Actually, it hit it on the close, 400K. But really, we want to see volume hit 400K by mid-morning. That'll be our confirmation that the breakout has begun here. And this one looks really, really good. If you were in the chat room today, a couple of monster winners for us. ZBB, we jumped into this one 56 to 57 cents on news. Targets were 65, 75 cents. Both targets hit on the nose. Awesome play for us. Other one, right on the close and right into after hours. ARNA, we jumped into this one, a buck 40. Our target was a buck 50. Traded as high as a buck 59 after hours. 19-cent possible gain in a half hour. Awesome. This market is awesome right now. For those of you saying, oh my God, the top is in, I better go all cash. All I got to say is open your eyes. There are a lot of trades out there. Stop watching the overall indices because every other fool is watching them right now and missing out on really big gains on a lot of stocks that are putting in very nice moves. So slap yourself. It's okay to be cautious, but to be stupid cautious when you've got stocks popping 25, 40%, 50% over the course of a day or two, you got to pay attention here. New trading alert play. It's one we played in the past. SCON. Again, similar setup that we've seen in a lot of these fat bouncer plays. Bleed over the month of November. Nice little bottom. And now starting its move higher. We're looking for a move at least to the 50-day moving average. And as I mentioned in the chat room, this is also a play into the CES Electronics Show in early January. Look at the trading alert I sent out previously on SCON. You'll see why. Verizon's going to be trialing their LTE smartphones. SCON is involved in that. Positive MACD cross on the chart today. Should confirm tomorrow. RSI in a nice little uptrend here out of oversold levels. Stochastics breaking up through 20, triggering a buy signal. Unbalanced volume, etc., etc. Chart looks great. Right sector, right time, right little story. One to add on dips. And, we could be seeing this one put a nice little move in over the next couple of weeks. LVLT. This is one where we play for very fat gains. It's coiling like BGP did. You see this little coiling action we have after that recent spike? Confirmation of the break on this one is a break of 103, which is where I would be looking to add more to positions. We're about to get RSI breaking up through 50. Stochastics will be breaking up through 20 within the next day or so, and I think traders are going to find themselves chasing this one up in the 110 to 120 area very, very shortly. Stops on this one, if you're playing, would be the 50-day moving average, so 95, 96 cents are stops on LVLT, and I'm thinking this one goes big in the next day or so. ESLR looked fantastic yesterday on the solar stock momentum, and just as ESLR has done many times in the past, it came out and kicked its shareholders in the nuts in after hours on news. Recapitalization plan, blah, 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 reverse split, really nothing new. The capitalization plan is actually a good thing for the company. But, stock wasn't able to, ignore the news, broke through stops at 75 cents, which is why we have stops. But given the fat gains we've had recently, not every stock is going to go up. We're going to have a couple of plays that aren't going to work. This was one. Stops triggered. We move on. We make it back on another stock. So, as I mentioned, going into tomorrow, blah at the market. We got a lot of people sitting on their hands right now watching trades like, let's go, where did I put ZBB? Sitting on their hands because they're high cash. They don't want to trade stocks. Missing 40% intraday gains on plays on heavy volume. Stocks are moving in this market. As long as they move in this market, we are going to be playing them. Are we going to keep an eye on what the overall indices are doing? Of course. A little retracing is inevitable here, but usually after we see a large cap rally like we've seen over the last week, when those large caps start giving back the money, the extra cash flows down to the small cap stocks, and we're seeing that in a big way right now. I've actually missed a couple of our plays. We had a nice big winner on FCEL as well yesterday. Popped to our 135 targets, retracing again. A lot of these stocks on the pop and the retrace, they're giving multi-day moves. So you see the pop here, then the retrace. Possibly tomorrow we might get snag this one back around the 20-day exponential. That is what you look for in this market. Same thing on NEI. You know, it's coiling between 158 and 165. 160, you might pick up a small little scalp position to sell on the inevitable break that's going to come. We do have some tax selling probably going to be coming in from the silly, dopey traders who waited till the end of the year to actually do it. Why they do that is anyone's guess, but their stupidity is our gain. And that's why, you know, picking up beaten down plays in December always ends up being very, very profitable. We've got a few more on the radar right now. And hoping we see a few more actually get that tax selling. But over the next couple of weeks, buying time in a lot of these small caps for selling into late December and early January. No reason why we won't see the same thing happen yet again. Oh, and actually, before I go, keep an eye on PARD tomorrow. Stock looks very bottom. The break of that 41 20-day exponential could light this one up. We got a positive MACD cross yesterday. Stochastics are coming out of the basement, and the way biotechs have been acting right now, and the chart that this one has, won't take very much to see this one trading up in the 50-cent plus area. I'm thinking this one's going to go very, very soon. So that's it for the video. I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.